Everyone told my grandfather that ginger was a miracle root for his aching joints, for his digestion, for his energy. It was supposed to be the all-natural answer to getting older. He started every morning with a strong cup of ginger tea, convinced he was doing the best thing for his body. But that healthy habit led to a frightening complication. What we all believed was a harmless routine was unexpectedly interacting with a common medical condition that many people over 60 have. The doctors told us that the very thing we thought was helping him was actually creating a serious health risk. It was a shocking wake-up call, and it made me realize that the conversation around ginger, especially for seniors, is dangerously incomplete. We celebrate its benefits, but we rarely talk about its risks. Today, we're changing that. We see it everywhere. Ginger shots, ginger teas, ginger supplements, all marketed as a cure-all. It's praised for its anti-inflammatory properties, its ability to soothe nausea, and its antioxidant power. For many, it truly is a beneficial spice, but the story can change as we age. After 60, our bodies aren't the same as they were at 30 or 40. Our metabolism slows down, our organ function can become less efficient, and many of us are managing chronic health conditions with daily medications. These changes, which are a normal part of aging, can dramatically alter how our bodies process substances, including something as seemingly innocent as ginger. The miracle root can turn into a hidden danger, creating an unexpected complication that many people, just like my grandfather, never see coming. We need to understand that what works for a younger, healthier person might not be safe for a senior with a different physiological reality. 1. The blood-thinning risk you can't ignore. One of the most significant risks of ginger for older adults involves its effect on blood clotting. This was the issue that caused my grandfather's health scare. For years, he had been taking a low-dose aspirin for his heart, a common preventative measure. What no one told him was that ginger also has natural antiplatelet, or blood-thinning properties. This means it can interfere with the body's ability to form clots. For a healthy person, this effect is usually minor. But for someone already on an anticoagulant or antiplatelet medication, the combination can be hazardous. Think about common blood thinners like warfarin Coumadin, clopidogrel Plavix, or even daily aspirin. When you add concentrated ginger into this mix, you're potentially amplifying the blood-thinning effect, which can significantly increase the risk of bleeding and excessive bruising. In my grandfather's case, a minor fall that should have resulted in a simple bruise led to a severe hematoma, a large, painful collection of blood under the skin, because his blood wasn't clotting properly. His daily ginger habit had amplified the effect of his aspirin. While culinary amounts of ginger are generally low risk, the danger increases significantly with high-dose supplements. This risk isn't just theoretical, it's a serious concern, especially for anyone with a pre-existing bleeding disorder who should be extremely cautious with ginger. 2. The heart and blood pressure complications. Beyond blood clotting, ginger's influence on the cardiovascular system is complex. While some studies suggest ginger can have benefits for heart health, high doses can be problematic for some individuals. One of ginger's effects is that it can mildly lower blood pressure. For someone with high blood pressure, this might sound great, but the situation is more complicated for many seniors. If you already have low blood pressure hypotension, adding ginger could cause it to drop to unsafe levels, leading to dizziness, lightheadedness, and a greater risk of fainting, which can lead to dangerous falls. If you're already taking medications for high blood pressure, like calcium channel blockers, beta blockers, or ACE inhibitors, combining them with ginger could potentially enhance their effect, causing an excessive drop in blood pressure. Your medication regimen is carefully calibrated, and introducing high-dose ginger can disrupt this balance. It's a classic case of too much of a good thing. While some high doses have been anecdotally linked to heart palpitations, the more documented risk is the potential for blood pressure to fall too low. That's why monitoring your blood pressure and talking to your doctor is essential if you take these medications and want to consume ginger regularly. If you're finding this information valuable and it's making you rethink some common health advice, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Our goal is to provide clear, practical health information that empowers you to make the safest choices, especially as you navigate health in your 60s and beyond. Your support helps us continue to create content that matters. 3. The diabetes and blood sugar dilemma. Another area where ginger's healthy reputation needs an asterisk is with diabetes. Many studies have explored ginger's potential to help lower blood sugar levels. On the surface, this sounds like a win. However, for the millions of seniors who rely on medication to manage their blood sugar, this effect can be a double-edged sword. If you are taking diabetes medications like insulin or metformin, your dosage is carefully calculated to keep your blood glucose in a target range. When you introduce ginger, which also has a glucose-lowering effect, you run the risk of hypoglycemia, dangerously low blood sugar. The symptoms of hypoglycemia can be frightening, especially for an older adult. They include weakness, shakiness, confusion, and dizziness. What makes this tricky is that these symptoms can sometimes be mistaken for general signs of aging, delaying a proper response. This is why medical resources consistently advise caution and close monitoring of blood sugar levels for individuals with diabetes who consume ginger, especially in concentrated forms like supplements. It's absolutely critical for anyone on diabetes medication to speak with their doctor before making ginger a regular part of their routine. 4. The gastrointestinal paradox. Ironically, ginger is most famous for its digestive benefits, particularly for soothing nausea. However, for some seniors, especially those with certain gastrointestinal conditions, ginger can cause more problems than it solves. The issue is most pronounced for individuals with acid reflux, GERD, or a history of stomach ulcers. While small, cooked amounts of ginger might be tolerated or even helpful, concentrated forms, like raw ginger, strong teas, or supplements, can irritate the stomach lining for some people. Research shows that high doses of ginger, typically over 4 grams per day, can sometimes worsen heartburn. While some studies suggest ginger can calm the digestive tract, others note that in high doses it can be an irritant. For older adults, this risk can be heightened. The stomach lining can become more fragile with age, and many seniors regularly take medications like NSAIDs, such as ibuprofen for arthritis pain, which are already known to be hard on the stomach. Adding high-dose ginger to the mix can create a double whammy of irritation, increasing the risk of gastritis or other stomach issues. If you have a sensitive digestive system, it's crucial to be cautious and listen to your body. 5. Gallstones and surgery. 2 critical warnings. There are 2 other specific situations where ginger requires extreme caution, particularly after 60, a history of gallstones, and any upcoming surgery. First, let's talk about gallstones. Medical guides often advise that if you have a history of gallstone disease, you should consult your doctor before using ginger supplements. Ginger stimulates bile production. While this can aid digestion in a healthy person, there is a theoretical risk that for someone with gallstones, this increased bile flow could cause a stone to become lodged in a bile duct, leading to a painful gallbladder attack. The clinical evidence for this is not definitive, but the potential risk is significant enough that getting medical advice is essential. The second warning is for anyone scheduled for surgery. Because of its blood-thinning properties, it's almost universally recommended to stop taking ginger supplements at least 1 to 2 weeks before a surgical procedure. The concern is that ginger's antiplatelet effects could lead to excessive bleeding during or after the operation. Always be sure to disclose your use of any and all herbal supplements, including ginger, to your surgical team. The smart and safe approach to ginger. My grandfather's story was a powerful lesson. Even natural substances have potent biological effects, and we must respect them. Ginger is not a villain. For many, it offers real health benefits, from easing arthritis pain to supporting brain health as we age. But it is not universally safe. and a one-size-fits-all approach to health can be risky, especially for older adults. The key takeaway is this. After 60, if you are managing a health condition like a bleeding disorder, a heart condition, diabetes, acid reflux, or gallstones, the risk of a negative interaction is real. The primary concern is with concentrated forms like supplements, strong teas, or large amounts of juice, not necessarily the small amounts used in cooking. The most
Sessions.
important step
This
you can
full fat
take
yogurt
is
is
to have an
excellent
honest
for you. The
conversation with
healthy
your
fats
healthcare
are vital
provider.
building blocks.
Before you start a daily ginger regimen or take a supplement, talk to your doctor or pharmacist. They can help you understand your personal risks and make an informed decision. True wellness isn't about blindly following trends. It's about understanding your own body and making choices that are right for you. My grandfather is doing well now, but his experience is a vital reminder to always approach even natural remedies with caution and respect.